before we begin this grand adventure into making exciting videos together, we figured it was appropriate to sit down and do a little background into our journey, our stories, who we are, things like that. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
So, I have randomly selected some questions that I think are quite interesting. Some random ones. We've had no rehearsal, so all of this is completely off the cuff. So, I know what they are because I made this list. So, we shall see how this goes. This will be interesting. Okay. We're going to kick it off by going back to the roots, the origin story. What was the very first game you can recall in your life that you played?
Oh, like Donkey Kong? Probably, like, in Kirby.
See,
Zelda.
On the 64.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, where you actually had to get it to work when it didn't load.
My first one was probably, that I can remember, was probably the late 80s Prince of Persia game on DOS. So, a little bit, I mean, not that much longer before that, because the 64 came out in, like, 96 or something, so, you know, my first one was probably, like, the late 80s Prince of Persia, so probably, like, maybe, like, 1990, Prince of Persia on DOS. The original, like the side scroller. So I don't think you probably haven't played that one, no. But it was a classic. It was original. Those ones are all fine. So, but yeah, my first one was a keyboard, which is interesting because now I have a keyboard again. So,
you're welcome.
What game brings back the most memories for you?
Oh, that's an easy one. Conquer. I remember saving up as a kid, like absolutely wanting this game, and I'll do this because I know you can easily do it. Wait, wrong side. This side. I'm going to reverse on the camera. We'll put it here. How about that? On the sensor TV there.
Yeah.
Conquer. Saved up. And I couldn't technically buy it because I was a child, so I had to have my mom actually go buy it. And she did not get it at first until she was watching me play, but there was nothing funnier than a freaking squirrel going around, like, killing things. And it was dark and humorous, and can't go wrong with an evil squirrel, right? And I mean, the jugs on the chick that he was interested in was like, you know, like, it was kind of like Lola Bunny back then, you know, like, everyone watched Space Jam and all that because Lola was, like, these big old rack, and she was, like, hot.
Yeah, that works. I know, mine's not as, mine didn't have, well, I guess it did. It had some, I don't think it had jiggle. So it was, my first one was Mortal Kombat, but, like, the original one, because in my house we had a Super Nintendo. And the original Mortal Kombat didn't have blood on the Super Nintendo, but the Sega Genesis one had blood. ABACABB, I think, was the blood code. So my friend Shintaro had a Sega Genesis. So I used to go over to his house to play Mortal Kombat on his Sega because you could put in the code and then you'd have blood whenever you hit people. So if you did it on the Super Nintendo, you had sweat. Like, I think they modified some of the fatalities or something. I don't remember. But the blood, I remember being excited because on Sega we got to actually have blood. So we weren't allowed to get a Sega Genesis because of that. It was a whole thing back then. Like,
well, you're Catholic, so.
Yeah, so, like, we weren't allowed to have one back then. But I remember that fondly because every weekend that was, like, the most exciting part was being able to actually have blood in Mortal Kombat. So I thought that was pretty cool. What was the first console you owned, like, in your household? Or it can be one that, like, Mom owned or, like...
No, my mom wasn't into games.
So, like, the first one that was in your house.
64, probably. Because I remember I had my 64, and then I remember saving up and it being like this huge thing when I finally got the Xbox. You know, like the original awesome Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think ours was an NES. Yeah, I think that was the first one we had. I vaguely remember an Atari, but
yeah,
I can't remember.
Used my friend's Atari.
I think I know for sure we had an NES, but I can't remember. I had vague memories of an Atari, but I can't remember if it was at our house or, like, my uncle's house. But, like, there was an Atari in the mix somewhere. This was a long time ago, but I know for sure an NES was our first one because I remember getting Mario Duck Hunt, and that I remember having that in the house. So that was kind of exciting. What was the first console you bought yourself, though?
Xbox.
See, mine was a 64 because I was working then.
So my 64 came from a friend who didn't want it anymore because she had bought one and her parents were like anti-gaming, and because it was not a girly thing to do back in like the early 2000s and late 1990s. I got it because I was like, oh my god, I really want that. So I know I had that from her, but the first one I ever bought was the original Xbox.
So these are two separate questions. First, like, your favorite game franchise. So that's like a series, like Call of Duty all-encompassing, or Halo all-encompassing, or like Mario all-encompassing. Like, your favorite game franchise, like, as a whole. Like, do no wrong, front to back, like, you love their stuff.
I would have said Call of Duty because, like, I grew up on the original all the way up. I don't really like some of these newer ones as much. So, normally that would have been. I do like the Battlefields. Those are fine. But I'd say all in all, honestly, the one that I keep coming back to has always been Fable. The whole
thought that's
series.
what you were going to say.
Or Saints Row. I loved all of them because they're hilarious. Like, they genuinely crack me up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I keep coming back to Fable. Like, all the time. And super excited about the remake that they're about to be doing. Like, I'm sure everyone's gonna, like, crap on it, but...
And there's no co-op, so yeah, kind of frustrated.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. But I mean, still, out of all the games, the ones that I keep coming back to as a series in a whole is always Fable.
Yeah, I could see it. I would probably go with Final Fantasy because I started with the first one on NES and then into Mystic Quest on the Super Nintendo and 3 on the Super Nintendo and then off to 7 on the PlayStation and then 8 and 9 and, you know, up to the... I haven't really got into the modern ones because they just got kind of big. So that was like the franchises, but if you had to pick like one single one, like favorite of all time.
Fable.
Which favorite game of all time, like
favorite
one.
game?
One favorite game of all time. A single title.
So it doesn't have to be like a series.
No,
it could just be...
it can be anything.
Oh, dang, that's a harder one.
Okay, I'll do mine first. You can think about it. So my favorite one of all time is a game called Earthbound on Super Nintendo, Mother 2 in Japan, but Earthbound on Super Nintendo, one of my favorite ones. Very grounded, and I spent so much time in it, but like the experience of it, it was perfect. Start to finish. I love it. Very replayable. So that one to me has always been one that's important to me. Also because it was one I played a lot on the Super Nintendo when I was younger. But that one to me, probably my favorite title, like single title of all of them. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is close, but Earthbound easily wins out for me. Is like my single favorite, like, ever. Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe Morrowind because I grew up on that and like really liked that, or like the Oblivion. You know, they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I liked Skyrim a little bit more on that one
There you
because
go.
like I liked, you know, the fighting the dragons, and like I love dragons, but like I spent so much time on that game. Like I couldn't even tell you how many hours because it seems like no matter how many quests, there's always more. I can never fully beat the game 100%. It seems like, and I love that. I don't feel bored.
No.
I don't like I don't like to feel bored in a game.
I get that. Okay. PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, that's an easy one.
So PlayStation. Okay, cool. Okay, so easy. PlayStation for both of us. That's fine.
No.
I'm glad that she agrees here, and we'll move along to that.
There's a lot of green here, and that's not even. I have so much more.
So PlayStation. Okay.
Xbox.
Moving along.
I will always be an Xbox. PlayStation, I don't know, I just don't like the controller very well. I don't know. Maybe because I'm biased because I bought the first Xbox that came out back in the day. Just love me an Xbox. I love green.
Your favorite genre of gaming. So like RPGs, action games, fighting games, racing games, like the cozy MMORPGs, like stuff like that. Like favorite genre.
Probably RPGs.
Yeah, same. And I would even put, like, I know it's probably a party foul, but I'd even put, like, MMO games into it. Like, the cozy games.
Similar.
Because generally to me, like, an RPG is a game with, like, you know, side quests and stuff, like, things you can do and characters you can interact with. So games like, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, Animal Crossing's an RPG, but I would say some of these newer ones, are probably encroaching in that category.
Would you say Heartopia is?
I don't know, because that's in some ways it's like a life sim, but there's also like
Tons
things,
of other
quests and things you can do. So people you interact with, and that's kind of a characteristic of an RPG. So I mean, it's challenging. But RPGs have always been my thing since, like, Final Fantasy is some of my earliest favorite games I've played up to, like, now. So, I mean, Fable I'd consider an RPG. So, yeah, I think it's pretty accurate. But, yeah, I don't know what, like, these new cozy life sims, I don't really know where you'd put those because they feel like they could be. I'm gonna qualify it. You can't say GTA 6. What game are you looking forward to most coming out this year?
Fable.
I should have known that was going to be the answer. I don't know why I asked that. Mine is the Wolverine game coming out on PS5 this year. It looks incredible. Like, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. What's the story behind your gamer tag? I was like, I don't know how she's going to answer that one.
You have a pillow. Let me think about this for a second. Like, roaming.
No.
Like, okay, so
story time.
I love metal bands and like screamo and all this other non-girly shit. Basically, one of my favorite bands is In This Moment. She's hands down gorgeous, very talented. Like, love her to death. Well, she's got several songs. I think it was Sex Metal Barbie. So you'd have to look up the lyrics. And if you ever, like, listen to it. So I was trying to, and I've had, again, my Xbox tag since original Xbox. So I don't have all these, like, numbers to follow like he does.
Yeah.
Because he's a newer Xbox. So I was so obsessed with that song. So, like, it was like a stem for me when it came out. So, like, I listened to it a lot. Like, a lot. So I was trying to figure out words from, like, the song in order to put it in there, and it never, like, worked all the way, but Psycho Barbie.
Mine is Snoopy because that's my website. So this is a fun one. We can answer this question because we're older, so younger people may not get this, but what do you see as the worst trend or the worst change to, like, modern gaming compared to what like what it used to be? Like, for me, I remember when you used to buy a game and you would take it home.
Oh, yeah.
And you would play it and beat it, and that was it. You weren't getting updates, or you weren't having to spend money and buy stuff in it. No microtransactions. Like, the game was the game, and that was it. Now, every now and then they'd come out with another one, like Final Fantasy X2 or something like that, or come out with a follow-up or a different version or something, and that was fine. But, like, the game was the game, and that was it. And then the other thing, this isn't really a trend, but something I miss is people playing together at home. Like,
the
Xbox System Link, and
or like the Game Boy links.
Yeah, like I miss that. We've kind of lost that over the years. Or playing like couch games. Everybody plugged the 64 had 4 controller ports and everybody playing together. Like, I missed that era. So, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time with my 360s. You'd get a whole bunch of friends together and you could sit there and play, like, Call of Duty, and you're all, like, right there with, like, different screens, or, like, back in the day where you could actually have, like, 4 screens.
On PC back in the day, we had LAN parties. So, yeah, kind of like that. Don't really do that much anymore.
No.
And microtransactions. But I don't like the, like, pay-to-win or pay-to-play type of... I don't like that. It's not my style.
So that's honestly one of the reasons why I kind of stopped with some of the newer Call of Duties, is because I liked doing the characters and, like, getting the special guns kind of thing that would, what was it, the Nicki Minaj, that gun.
The operator and all that was fun.
Yeah, and, like, I think the operators are really cool with, like, the special gun that's colored and maybe has a special effect or whatever. But some of it just gets to be so much that, I don't want a gun that it shoots lightning and all this. Like, I love guns. I am a proud gun owner. I grew up on actual guns and fighting, Battlefield and Call of Duties and Conqueror, and like I said, all that. I like fighting games. I want to aim my gun at you and shoot you and you die. Like, dead. I don't want to see, like, lightning coming out where the bullet's supposed to be. Like, it got too phony and too fake for me that, like, it kind of killed the shooting vibe. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for that because, you know, a lot of people love those, which is fine. Totally fine. Like, my 16-year-old plays them. Like, I love to watch. It's just not my thing. It killed the originality of the game by making it too futuristic, I guess. I mean, I played Halo 1 and that's all I went. Like, it is...
I mean, I don't like jetpacks and wall running, but I mean, also lightning guns is a thing. So yeah. I'll
stick to my normal guns.
Yeah. What game would you like to see get remastered? One that hasn't been remastered yet. Conquer. Yeah.
Hands down. The graphics were terrible back in the day, but they were good at that time.
For me, it would be the New Vegas remaster that they're talking about. Like, I guess that's kind of easy because it's already, like, rumored. So I don't know. That's an easy one. If it wasn't New Vegas, it'd be Nightmare Creatures on PlayStation 1. Like, one of the coolest games ever. Like, fighting monsters and stuff. Like, it's awesome. What game did you put the most hours in on?
I know the Skyrim one for sure. And of all time, probably Oblivion. Because, you know, I was playing that back when I was younger. And, like, I played it so much. So much.
Those take a lot. There's a lot of time that goes into that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's probably other games that I put a lot of time to, but I know, like, some of, like, that whole franchise stuff with that, like, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, like, because those take forever, or Fallout.
Yeah. I think in 76, we've put a lot of hours in 76.
On Fallout.
Like, over 100 easily. For me, like, Final Fantasy 7, I put in close to, like, 100 hours in, which was a lot back then. Like, you didn't put in that many hours in a game, like, back in the 90s. It was not super common. So I remember playing Final Fantasy 7, like, non-stop. But modern would probably be Fallout, yeah.
So I will say I did play some of the older Final Fantasies. I was like 70-80% on one game. Spent a long time doing it. My little sister, back then, wanted to play the game. She overwrote my game. Shout out to my sister because she totally knows what I'm talking about right now. If she watches this and she's going to be like, I'm sorry, I was a kid. Yeah, I was pissed. I went to, like, my mom. I was mad. And she was like, you choose the game. And I'm like, I'm never touching this game. And I never went back and fixed it. Like, I knew I could have got back to where I was, but I never actually finished it. When you spent so much time, I was just like, fuck it. Like, I was done.
I saved the best question for last. What is a popular game that everybody loves that you just don't get? Or that everybody plays that you tried to play and it's just like... Yeah, I think that'd probably be my answer, too.
Because I swear, like, my kids are obsessed with it. And, like, I'll get on every now and then when they're like, hey, will you play a game with me? It's just...
I don't get Roblox.
Or, like, I will say, Ark. I hate dinosaurs. They scare. I know, they're not real, and he knows. We went to Universal, and he wanted to go through all the Jurassic World and made me ride the rides, and... There may be photos out there of me screaming in sheer terror like my soul has left my body, which we will never disclose.
So one night we will be doing dinosaurs.
I will have nightmares.
One of our date night escapades will be dinosaurs. We'll turn all the lights out.
Oh, hell no. I'm going to make you play Hello Kitty now just for that.
I will play Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I want Island Adventure.
I will pursue the spirit of Butters. And I will do it.
Butters love that game, okay?
So that's a little bit of our background and a little taste of the roots that brought us here. So more exciting things to come soon. We're still in the setup process, but we're almost there. We're so close. So a lot of exciting things to come soon. Lots of dinosaur adventures. It's gonna be great. Jurassic Park streams. 7 to 8 hour Jurassic Park streams. Glorious. 12-hour marathon streams of Ark. Fantastic.
Sure, you can do that with kid. I'm not doing that.
It's going to be absolutely wonderful. So it's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be a fun adventure. Thanks for coming along on this journey. Stay tuned. The best is yet to come. There you go.